Morning, everyone. Welcome. We're going to start our meeting. It is 9:21. We will ask for roll call and also we'll call the meeting to order. So you please do roll call, Al.
Yeah, District 1.
Yeah.
District 2. This is that appointment, Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
District 3.
Here.
And I'm here.
Yeah, we have a quorum. Next up on the agenda is the review and the approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I would request that the council add under new business, underneath the boxing club, a discussion and approval item of the amended operating agreement for Mississippi Pillager LLC. It's in the signatory packet, but we vote that separate.
Okay.
And then I was hoping to talk a little bit about the COVID relief for membership, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, that's something that we could, I know we as council, we talked about that yesterday a little bit, and I know we're kind of waiting over the weekend what's going to happen, but I think that there's a good chance that, we could possibly do something for our members again, so. But it'd be a discussion with council, so. Okay. Is that what you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this small business program.
That's also with COVID, right?
Yeah, with COVID, yeah.
I've had several calls on that too, so. Good, we get that for discussion too on the small business applicants that are out there. And I know we haven't, I'm not sure if Scott and who was, I think they haven't brought that master list to us to approve it yet, but I think it's still ongoing, and we'll get to that list and we'll approve something here real soon. Maybe not today, but I think we're going to have a council meeting next week before the holiday. So, okay. Anything else, guys?
I want to just add something in executive session. I just want to some updates. And it's probably going to be from Lenny, so.
Legal?
Yeah.
I'll put legal on there, so. We don't have too many signature requests, so I hope everyone's staying safe and, so. All right. A motion to approve the agenda. Motion by Alan, second. Second by Annie, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up is review and approve the meeting minutes for 11/20.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you right away, but plastic on the windows, are we getting on that yet? Or that was brought up to me the other day.
Yeah, I know that we had some discussion about that here this week, and I know Lori is reaching out to Michael Thompson about getting some organizing and get something going, because I know it's been like, we're kind of late in the game here. I guess we apologize to all the members out there that we're kind of we're working on this right now. So I know Mike's gonna have a plan for us real soon. Yes.
Mr. Chair, so we're gonna do hire contractors and the windows will be wrapped next week for sure.
Okay. Did you hear that, Ray? We're gonna go out with some local contractors to go plastic up windows.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Miigwech.
All right, meeting minutes, guys. Anybody?
Mr. Chair, just for annotation, it may not, ask Lenny, but, maybe, annotation, that there was, cause I know Kathy's had some medical stuff, so that she has excused in the 4 minutes.
Yep.
So that it just clearly indicates excused. Yeah, that's the only addition I'll add. For this month and then next month. So, or last month and this month.
Okay.
Move to approve, Mr. Chair.
All right, we have a motion to approve the meeting minutes by Alan, second.
Second.
Second by Annie, all in favor? Motion carries. We good? Next up, we have reports. And I guess the reports are for the council members, and I know we have a few, we don't have no, do we have any division reports? Maria? No, not this time? Okay. Well, the chairman goes first, and I guess one of the reports that I have for my report is, of course, a few days ago, the council here was invited over to the IHS for the vaccines. The Pfizer vaccines came to town. We had approximately 120 doses, and that day was really exciting because we had the IHS top dog was there. Was Admiral Wiki was there to help us and assist us and to keep us up. So so there's more vaccines to come, and through that whole day was exciting. And I know that day they vaccinated 10 health workers, and it was really good. And to kind of top that all off is like we gave the Admiral a little tour of the NATO Wash clinic or the NATO Wash behavioral health building, and it was just a great day. And I know he was so excited. We showed him the schematics of the NATO Wash clinic that's going to be coming here this next spring. That's going to be starting to get built over there, and it was just that day was really good. I think we had the bulk of the council was over there, and it was just a really good day to see that day come here in White Earth, where the vaccines are finally coming to us. And I know next week, I know the Moderna will come here, and I know a lot more of our membership this time will be getting the vaccine. So everyone's pretty excited, and I know that we're kind of still kind of on that hinge of that the COVID-19 still very rampant around us, and of course we're doing as your tribal council, we're trying to keep you as safe as possible, and with the measurements that the government, state government Waltz has put out, and and then our EOC with the work that we're doing, our tribal membership to keep everyone safe. So then along that is our our municipal cannabis program. Today we're going to approve some operating agreements with that, and that board, the enterprises board, has been we're just to launch this program. This medical cannabis program. It's really in depth, and it's really kind of like a technical part about it is just kicking it off, and I think that we're doing a great job here as your tribal council, and our legal here, Lenny, and then working with our enterprises board. I think that we're putting the pieces together. I think that we're moving forward with that, and I think that's a really good thing that there's going to be a lot more news for that to come here real soon, and I think that's the thing with us is working with our partners of state of Minnesota and also the feds. So I think that's something that's going to be really exciting here as soon as we get that, those first plants grown in our, in our facility. So that's something I wanted to talk about, and that'd be something I'll be talking about for months ahead. So, and the other thing is, of course, our DC, looking at the CARES Act money, and we're going to talk about a little bit about today, but as of this weekend, we're looking at, we're following the legislation out there, the House and the Senate, and what gets passed this weekend for COVID relief. And of course, Whitehurst, we were allocated some monies earlier in the first was it COVID 3, or what was that? COVID 3?
COVID 4.
COVID 4 was the CARES Act, and we were given some money, and we still have a little bit of June left. So we're trying to, as council here, we're making these decisions, how we're going to do it, because right now we're in that, we're kind of in that zone of that frozen zone, but I think on Monday we're going to have a lot clearer forecast for what we're going to do. But I think today we're going to have a discussion on that too. So that's exciting too for us. And as council, we've used our and distributed two disbursements to our membership, of course, to you, and that we're here to help all our members. We're here to work hard for you. So that's our job. So, and I want to say miigwech, and like I said, next month, hopefully I'll have a more extensive report on our medical marijuana program, and that'll be something that we can I'll share with everyone. So, but I want to say miigwech and stay safe. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'll keep my comments brief. I do have a couple of guests here that'll talk a little bit about the EOC finances by Ed. And I got Scott Almond coming in just to give a brief update. As the chairman had stated, there's going to be a special meeting next week regarding this. I do want to thank the staff and the community councils for all the hard work that they've done over the holiday season. I know Maria and her team have done a terrific job for Toys for Tots and working on getting these cards out to the elders. And I know a lot of our community members rely on that, and so I'm very appreciative of the work they've done. Also appreciative of the work that the IHS folks down there have done, as the chairman had said, that we got a vaccine and our people are being taken care of, and that's certainly a priority. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing, and but we're not out of the dark yet. We need to remain focused, and we need to make sure that our people are being taken care of, and and I think we got the right folks to do that. With that being said, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to request that Mr. Ed Spencer come over and provide an update on the EOC finances.
Okay, come on up, Ed. You can join us in any seat you want to. So.
Thank you. As you all know, we've been at this for quite a while here, and we're at 282 days since the EOC has been activated, and we certainly appreciate the support by the RBC and the Tribal Council here, and along with all the hard work of our staff here. And we are currently operating under the CARES Act funds that were allocated to us. And just to kind of go through some of the programs that are offered here with the Emergency Operations Center here. The Elderly Nutrition Program, as you know, has been consolidated at the Shooting Star Casino. Their budget was $1,944,000. Currently, they're at $1,257,000 spent. They do have $686,000 remaining out of the CARES Act funds. And again, they provide 800 meals per day out of that operation. And another thing that I think of note here is that EMT staff is tested once a week here by our nurses out of the EOC. The Feed Our Families Initiative, that's the food show, they were allocated $1,314,000. Out of that amount, $854,000 was spent. They have $459,000 remaining out of the CARES Act fund. Okay, thank you. Of note with that, they have approximately 14,894 household members served throughout that time period. In addition to that, we've also provided farm to families. We did 3 deliveries of 1,250 perishable food boxes at that time. We also provided 600 LSS frozen meals in early December to some of the communities as well here. As you know, that we were allocated $1 million for PPE. That was for both for the RBC and the Shooting Star Casino. Out of that amount, $284,000 was spent out of the CARES Act funds here. We currently have on inventory 84,000 items in inventory, and that includes masks, cleaning products, and supplies. We distributed 70,000 of those items out to the public, anyone that needs those supplies here. Of note here, we've got some very good vendors, of course, but also donations from our federal partners here. So I think that's a very good success story. Another thing with that, we provided PAPRs to EMS and home health nurses, and that provides maximum protection for those individuals here. PAPRs are purified air respirator devices here, and when they go out on a run, specifically EMS, they put those PAPRs on to protect themselves so they continue on with those services here. We've also provided foggers to maintenance, OMC, transit, behavioral health, a lot of programs here that fogger so they can get maximum protection during this time period in time here. As you know, the EOC CARES Act allocation, we were allocated $2,025,000 plus the PPE allocation. We currently have $998,000 remaining out of that amount here, and that includes our testing. And our testing, we had 11,329 tests, and that was through November. That number is continuing on and climbing here. Just to kind of give you an example of expenditure for out of that amount here, 115,000 of the serology test. That's what it costs to get those tests out to White. So again, another added expense. Salary and benefits, we have 712,497, 815,397 when purchased services. Again, kind of highlight some of our work that's been completed. We have the asset vaccination distribution plan that we will be working on. Currently, we have a draft in place here. And we're going to work with Pat Butler on Monday to kind of finalize that kind of outline some of those 1A, 1B priority groups here for the vaccination. We know that it's a limited supply, so we got to do it through this plan here. And it's, of course, considered with approval here. We've also provided a multi-jurisdictional civil unrest hazard-specific guidance to the police department. We've had the COVID-19 preparedness plan that was approved by the RBC, the hazard mitigation plan as well, drive-through testing and triage for COVID-19, which was very early on here. And then also a lot of technical assistance with the Shooting Star Casino, all the programs that are involved with underneath the RBC. A lot of questions on a day-to-day basis here that they address to us here and how to handle their operations during the day here. Public relations is a big thing, as you all know. Medicine Wheel indicator that gets posted out every Monday. Our active case count numbers get posted out every Tuesday. The testing schedule gets posted. We work with the chairman for the chairman update and that message for the chairman update. Many videos on various topics. Just as of recently, yesterday, we did the one on vaccine, just for information purposes for the public. A lot of advertisement in some testing and testing events here, and also addressing all the media inquiries that we have during this time here. Finance has been doing an excellent job of tracking all our expenses here. We know that the importance of that piece there. One call center is continuing on. That is currently staffed by one individual. Just to kind of give you some numbers, they have 3,323 calls that they've received through that time period. And then also the energy assistance applications, 614 applications, and then also 586 energy assistance provided, checks cut here for our members here. Nursing call center, that employee line, again, another stat here, 6,399 calls made. That's a big number. And sometimes they're inundated with 100 calls a day. So they're a very, very busy group here. Community care activities, we have had approximately 548 individuals served with these community care packages, and that will continue here in this month here. Again, I talked a lot about our PPE here. Just example of that expenditure for that piece here, $97,425 that was spent underneath that line item here. Cultural and traditional medicines. Again, this is per request here, and their members are able to get those items here through our project launch here. And traditional medicines such as sage, sweetgrass, tobacco, cedar, along with some of the natural teas and elixirs, with that idea of boosting immunity for those that need it here. And that's again by special request. And we do understand the timeline with the CARES Act, and we are certainly hopeful that some of these funds for tribes in general get extended, but we know the timeline ends this month here. We do have some grants available to us to continue on, and if we need to discuss some details, we certainly can discuss in details with those grants that are available. Specifically, I could highlight the food shelf itself. They do have a Hunger Solutions grant that will be ending June 30th. That's for $83,332. So we're able to acquire food items, but it's just the manpower associated with that will be a challenge here after the CARES Act monies end here. So with that, do we have any questions?
I just want to point out, Mr. Chair, the CARES, as the council well knows, and I bet Scott here as well, talked a little bit about the timeline and parameters very briefly. These funds have to be utilized at a certain date.
Yes.
However, your operations are funded by these funds, but you do have a backup plan. So I'll let you talk about that piece, and then we'll go back to you.
So we are growing by the hour of the expenditures. Probably most currently we're at about 20 million for over 20,400,000. We jumped at least 200,000 from yesterday. So it's constantly growing through the EOC things at EOC plus other things. We have 32 million that we got. So we are 11 million short. Currently, December 31st, this money cannot fund anything currently. If that follows through, we have a tribal nations grant at $1 million. I think it came from the state of Minnesota. EOC, which includes EOC, Food Shelf, and ENP, currently are running about $555,000 a month on average. So let's say about 50. That million would last us almost 2 months. So it's not like we have to panic January 1st and say, oh, should we shut it or what are we going to do? So we've got time for council to make a decision. The other thing is originally council allocated $1 million. They said they were going to use behavioral health dollars to fund this. We have not used that money because we've used CARES instead. So we have the 1 million grant from tribal nations. And if we needed more, we could consider, should we go back and re-resolution that original 1 million from behavioral health. That might take us 3 to 4 months, maybe a little bit longer through the EOC if nothing else comes through.
And operationally speaking, from a public health standpoint, would 3 or 4 months be enough for you, or? Cause I mean, vaccines gotta get out there, herd immunity, all that stuff, you know.
Yep, we're talking about a limited supply initially here. You know, and so, yeah, I think, you know, a 3 to 4 month timeline, to look at that as far as forecasting when we should be operational. Of course, that decision is up to the tribal council, to remain activated.
So what I'm hearing then is, for sure you got $1 million from the state to support you beyond CARES. And if things are still looking a little rough, that you guys may approach the council again for reauthorization.
And just in terms of timeline too, I think that within the first 3 months of 2021 are the Biden administration's first 100 days.
Exactly.
And so I think we're gonna have a pretty good idea at that point of if there's gonna be additional funding coming from the federal government and what that's gonna look like and what restrictions will be on that. And so that can help us plan for the remainder of 2021 if needed as well.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I have a question. How many do we employ at the EOC?
There's about 7 of us, employees, within that get reimbursed through the CARES Act funds. We do have a Norman Monoman public health individual in there, as well. And then we have a couple contractors as well, with that group here.
Okay, so is that all? Out of the CARES Act money then?
Yep.
The contractors
Yep.
and also about 9 altogether?
Yep.
Okay, and then, do we keep them all busy all day long?
Yeah.
Because if we're short at the food shelf, you know, maybe we have to employ some more over there because getting that food out to our people is very important, you know?
Absolutely.
And I know the ones there are, you know, it's very few, so maybe that's something we'd have to look at council is, you know, getting a couple more employees up there for the food shop, I don't know.
What do we gotta do to make that happen?
Well, we've been working with HR to do that, and it's quite honestly, it's a challenge, you know. And then when they've had exposures, then they're out for that 10, 14 days. Then we have to kind of pick up. So it gets to be a bit of a challenge here, but we certainly can keep on continuing on with trying to get more employees involved with the food shelf.
That would be great, I think, because, you know, we don't wanna overwork the ones there.
How many do they need? And you have a good.
It's very hard to anticipate because of the COVID-19 factor when we're talking about exposures. You know, we keep on top of it very closely, monitoring those individuals so that if there's any possibility, then they're home here. So to answer your question, I think at least start with 2 additional individuals
But
that can
you
drive.
need 5 people to run smoothly, 10 people, or?
Yeah, I think more like 7, quite honestly, yeah.
Well, could, maybe you guys, when are we meeting again?
On Tuesday, I think.
Could you have a proposal on Tuesday?
Yep.
That okay?
Is Tuesday for sure?
Yeah, I think so, because we're gonna find out whether Congress is in the act or not.
Yeah.
But I guess my point, this whole EOC is, you know, they're doing a great job. They've been doing a great job, you know, through our testing, to, you know, taking care of our people across the res and also around our communities in urban and also in the Cass Lake and Iron Range and the Midge area. Is like, you know, their main job is to keep all of us safe. And, you know, when it comes to funding them, I know we have many funding streams to take care of our EOC. And I think that as tribal council, you know, we're here to support them as much as we can. And that's what's always been my saying is, you know, we have to keep everyone safe, and that includes everyone that's watching and everyone that's, you know, I think it's important that we will always support our EOC, you know, regardless if it's, you know, through this hard times or not, that we're here to, as tribal council, we're here to support our EOC. So I'm in full support of them. So they do a great job. So.
May I add to that, Mr.
Yes.
Chairman? It is also our EOC's job to take care of our members too, each and every one of them. So, you know, that's our biggest concern is our members right now. And, you know, we got to keep them safe, especially our elders, because we're losing them, you know, and it's getting scary. So we got to be out there for them. Which.
Anything else for Ed? Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Good.
You wanna do that now, the small business?
Or do you want to do it executive?
You might as well just do it now, so they know. What do you think?
Well, I think we could talk about parameters, because we really haven't, I guess, I must have missed the part what was qualified, not qualified, and I know we haven't individually, all five of us have sat down, and all five council members have sat down, looked at the list did you email that list out to all of us, Scott?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So on reservation, I only had 18 applications that were submitted on time. Since that time, I've gotten 3 more that are finished. And I've got 2 that are saying they're working on it. So those 5 are on reservation. I have 5 that were off reservation.
Okay, 5 on.
That were submitted on time. Or,
Yes.
so I think there's two parameters to this discussion that we should talk about. One is what is the RBC looking at in terms of how do they want the funding to go? Do they want to focus on reservation? Do they want to expand it to off reservation? And if you want to expand, the parameters of that, that's appropriate at this point, and because there needs, you need to amend the resolution that initially approved the program. But in terms of discussing the actual applications, I think that there's probably some private data in there, and so in terms of discussing applications and actions on those, that should probably be an executive session.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard for any one person to assess any of the 18 and say, this person truly deserves X dollars. I mean, it's hard to do that. I mean, they've all been impacted, right? And, some are very small businesses, maybe less than 10,000 in sales a year. Some are over 100,000 in sales a year. So there's such a wide range that you can't just say one thing fits all.
Yeah. We'll have to come back and probably talk about executive and probably approve them probably next Tuesday, huh?
Well, no, I think what we talked in our discussion yesterday afternoon was obvious. I think what we talked about today was if council wants to make a decision today on to expand, to allow for off
The
reservation.
amendment to include.
To the resolution.
Yeah, and that's a council decision. And that, if you're gonna do that, that should be done today, so that there's some time for them to get the applications in before the 30th.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't much time.
No,
We have to do it by Tuesday,
Yeah,
yeah.
by today.
What do you mean, Tuesday?
have the applications due on Tuesday.
It's Tuesday?
Does that work for you, Scott?
Well, we can write checks the last week.
Okay.
28th, 29th, 30th. But decisions have to be made.
Yeah,
One of the decisions is, if you open it up, are you just gonna stay state of Minnesota?
right, yeah.
And then the question is how do you distribute this information to everybody?
We gotta get it out to our community councils, I think, put it on our
I
website.
do a press release
Yeah.
to Detroit Rails Tribune, they like the Sunday paper,
Things of that nature, they gotta have, where can they get the application so they can submit it? I mean, the reality is, I don't care which business you have. If you had somebody, if I was running a business, I could submit an application in 1 hour. So, for somebody that's informed, that's in finance, it doesn't take much effort. But for a lot of these single businesses, that's a whole different story. They don't come from finance backgrounds. But some are bigger and use accountants, so they can be quicker. But it shouldn't take them a week to fill out the application once they start. But then, how much money is going to be allocated by council? How on reservation, how much off reservation? Is there a maximum council may want to get? Is there a minimum council may want to get?
Well, we'll have a good understanding what Tuesday.
Yeah, Len or Lori, get that, find that resolution, we'll have to amend.
We just gotta amend.
No, I think that if you're gonna do it, there should be action today taken on it.
Yeah,
And I can go back, I have the Word document of the resolution.
to
on it,
amend the resolution.
To amend it, yeah.
And you know, those decisions questions that I just brought up don't have to be made at this time.
Don't just.
Yeah, because we haven't heard, the thing that I have concerns about, I guess, with this is that we have such a wide margin of ones that are on res and off res. And I think the ones that are on res probably deserve the, how do you say it?
Lion's share.
Yeah, the bulk of it, I guess. And that's what I'm saying is that, I know that the ones that are living off res, of course are, they're, I guess how I say it is probably entitled to some of the funds, which we are going to include you. But I'm just saying that we should really look at our ones that are on the reservation, that are, but I'm not saying that we're not going to exclude none of them that are off, but I think that the bulk should probably go to the ones that are on res. So.
Well, maybe if we could just ask you guys to come back with a proposal.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Two pots of.
Yeah, and just see what we have,
Scott.
Scott. I mean, just to see who's gonna qualify, not qualify, because I think all the applications have.
Well, I think they should all qualify. I mean, they.
They're all
gonna qualify. I'd say.
But at what part, you know what I mean? Like you said, remember you said some don't have the information of how much losses have they
Well, a
occurred.
lot of them had
during
losses in 2000, both years.
Yeah.
COVID. Okay,
So if, let's say, for example, Mike, you had a business and you lost 10,000 in 19 and you lost 15 this year. How do I do that? Should I give you $15,000 because you lost 15 or you lost 10 the year before? I mean, everything is judgmental.
But who are we to say? I think we should just do it, one set amount across the board, just because they're all, they're all in need at this point. And I'm sure any amount of money will help them. So, and I don't like sitting there picking and choosing, okay, you're gonna get 10,000 and you're gonna get 7, and I don't wanna
agree
do
with you.
that, That would just be too hard for me to do.
Well, the other thing we haven't discussed yet, but I really think that if we're gonna change what was in that original resolution, the council should do it today, now. And the other thing that I would add is the council originally did $100,000, and I think that the allocation amount can be expanded, but we don't necessarily need to spend it all. And so what I would recommend would be for 2 amendments to the resolution. One, to allow for the application of band member owned businesses off the reservation within the state of Minnesota, and to expand the original allocation of 100,000 to whatever council feels, probably not more than 500,000. But then that way we can, once the applications are in, an amount can be set, and then an even number can be distributed to every business.
And we have to come up with a deadline date.
Yeah.
And the deadline cannot be continually be extended.
We can't promise that, Scott, because look at Tuesday, we're gonna be changing something else here. So.
I'll be fine with those amendments.
Okay, so I would ask the council to take action to do that. Then when the meeting is done, I'll go back and make the changes to the resolution.
Okay, motion by Alan to amend the existing resolution pertaining to the small business relief package, relief program to the small businesses, to amend the actual the amount of money that's been put aside there to up to 500,000,
Up to 5, or not to exceed.
not to exceed 500,000, and also to include off reservation.
Band member owned off reservations within the state of Minnesota.
The reason that they are off the reservation is because there's no place to live.
Well, yeah.
Also, Donovan Burnett is not an LLC. He's a businessman.
Okay, but we'll look at those applications, Kat, so.
What was the other thing? EIN.
All right, so So we got a motion by Alan to amend the amount up to 500,000 not to exceed, and also to accept the applications in the state of Minnesota.
And the deadline, we have to have in there?
No, we won't do that, because that
That
could
can go on
change,
the
that could
application.
change.
I'll second it.
All right, second by Annie. All in favor, guys?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. We good, Scott?
Good, Scott.
Oh, should we just cover
Yeah.
the payment?
Yeah, let's cover that. Go ahead, Annie, bring it up.
Well, I would like to just do the, third payment to our members.
Yeah, at that 4 million plus?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd just like to get that approved today, so, you know, Scott.
So Scott can order the checks.
If you're gonna, I have a suggestion, consideration. I'm not gonna have the checks and the envelopes till next Tuesday.
That's
So I
fine.
can't start printing them. So my suggestion would be make that resolution next Tuesday,
Will
whatever,
that be fine?
and then come up with, what the dollar amount is. Because I can tell you probably, if we do another round of checks, there's probably about 8,500 members that are gonna get them.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a difference between, because of the spend down, it could be a difference between $500 and $1,000.
Yeah, but we'll find out this
We'll
weekend.
know on
through Congress.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just don't wanna start writing checks.
Since
and
if
all
we
of a
have to
sudden
do
I
another
change it.
round, he's gotta order another round of checks.
Right.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
What we're talking about, everyone,
So it's gonna happen, it'll range between those two numbers.
what we discussed yesterday, guys, as council, is like, we're looking at, doing a third round to our membership of COVID, relief to our members. So we're gonna, on Tuesday's meeting, we're gonna figure out what amount we're going to, distribute to our members. And we'll get more information this weekend through what Congress is doing over this weekend. So hang on there. In our next meeting, next Tuesday, we will have that approval. So, but we're trying to figure out at what level we're gonna do that. So I don't wanna give you any type of information or numbers right now until Tuesday. But I'm just saying that there's probably a really good chance that a third round is coming. So, good. Christmas, another Christmas present.
January, because it won't
New
be
Year's
now.
present.
A New Year's present, yeah, so. All right, guys, be good, Scott, thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, next up on the list are the district reps updates.
What about something we
Oh, no, hold on, guys, hang on a second. We gotta do do we do the motion? Yeah, the motion for Alan to amend the small business, that's it, not.
Oh, we already did that.
We did that.
Motion on his report.
What about?
Oh, yeah. Hang on, we have to approve Alan's financial report, so motion to approve Alan's financial report. Motion by Annie, second by Raymond, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion
Aye.
carries. All right, guys, what did you guys want to say now?
I was gonna say, what about community council?
The community council pertaining to,
Oh,
Money.
that one.
well, did you get your, huh?
Not yet, we're almost to that.
We're almost getting to them, Ken, on the,
I think she might be asking about the 25,000 for community councils. And it's-
25,000?
It's slowly going out the door.
yeah, the 25,000
Yeah.
is being sent out as we speak.
Okay.
Uh,
Just checking.
Okay, be good.
Thank you.
All right, we're doing the district reps, updates. Ray, you're first up.
Okay, Mr. Chair, first off, I'd just like to wish everyone a safe and happy holidays. And I'd like to say, to our community council and our Head Start, yesterday they had a Santa Claus out on a Head Start bus delivering gifts out to our Head Start kids, which was very nice. Got a lot of good compliments on that. I'd also like to just say me good to our community council. They've been working pretty hard and they have been doing a lot of good things for our community. And I know there's only 3 of them on there, but they do a good job. And I'd also like to say me good to our ENP staff. I mean, they too are doing whatever they can to help out. I know they do a lot of traveling, and I'd just like to say that I really applaud them because they're on the road a lot, and I'm just so glad that they have a safe and happy travel, that they travel and deliver meals. We do got 4 new homes in Rice Lake. They are up here now, and they're getting them set up. That's good news. We also got the 19 that are on, I think they're halfway through on those. For the personal homes, and then Wild Rice Loop there, I just found out they are gonna start that here in 2021. So those homes will begin to be remodeled. Otherwise, there's I'd just like to say my good to everyone who sent messages and condolences and losing my sister. I appreciate that very much. And that's about all I got today, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. Like you said, our tribal council gives, the utmost respect and condolences to your family and the loss of our previous council members, and, Miigwech, and, sending prayers from all of us, so, for healing prayers, so. Kathy, you're next. Kathy.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, and our district, I know we're short for the toys. Also, we're gonna need more money for District 2. And I'll talk more about that on Tuesday. I'll bring in that list. But I want to thank everyone that worked so hard for a district. And it's really a nice feeling to have someone volunteer like that. I like to, like to give more money to our community council, all of them. But as far as District 2 is concerned, that's basically what we need. And I know they're working on some of the homes, not all of them, but some, what they can do. So I appreciate how they, and I appreciate all the EMT workers. They'll be coming home, what is it, July 18th or somewhere in there. But we do need a revamp in our kitchen for District 2. Other than that, I want to thank everybody and wish them a happy Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Kathy. Miigwech. Annie, you have an update for District 3?
Yes, well, I attended the small business meeting that Alan hosted, and that was awesome. I mean, we got a lot of ideas coming out of there, and hopefully we'll get a small business, little council going there for them, because they had a lot of great ideas that they, put together, and they kind of want to make a list of what is needed, when you start a business, like the EIN number and all that kind of stuff. And they told us about their needs and their struggles, so it was good to meet with all of them. I'm still going to Pine Point on Wednesdays. It's pretty slow, but I do help with the food shelf out there, which is awesome. Need to say Miigwech to the ones that volunteer to that. I mean, the drivers bring the food. The grocery store in Park Rapids, they send all the food, and it's awesome for the Pine Point community to have that. Sam Krell is out there working, Edie when she's there, so it's awesome. Finally met with their lobbyists, which was good. Working on the exercise videos. I'm hoping people will get them in. It's incorporating our dances with exercise, or any kind of, I guess it's any kind of gathering and whatever, it's incorporating into these videos. So I'm hoping our members will submit them. Also working with education and many other programs, on getting some cultural healing activities going for our employees and our community members. We're trying to incorporate our language in our workplace and communities. That's just something we started. The first meeting was Monday. It looks like we're gonna have a meeting every Monday at, was it 11 o'clock or 11:30? I think it's 11, and that'll be on Teams. And I mean, if you have time, join us, because we're looking for where the funding is gonna come from, and but it's something important. We need to, do something for our employees and our community members to help get them through this, and it's a struggle sometimes. And I just want to say Chini Gwitch to all the community councils, because they're doing a great job getting our stuff out there, and it's just been awesome. And Merry Christmas to everybody.
And that kind of brings up a point too. I know Maria and her staff have been working hard for Toys for Tots and also for the elders gift cards. And have those been mailed out yet, Maria?
They are all out, yes.
Okay, they went out. So hopefully, if you're an elder, hopefully you will receive a gift card. So if not, please contact admin and we'll put your name down. So, okay, Miigwech Council. All right, next up I have on.
Mr. Chairman, if I could, please.
Yes, Ray.
I did forget to mention that Toys for Tots will be on Sunday, December 20th from 1 to 4 at the Rice Lake Community Center. It's going to be a drive-through. I just wanted to mention that I had a call from one of the council members and I forgot to mention that. So it is this Sunday from 1 to 4 at the Toys for Tots for all that signed up for it. Miigwech, Chair.
Okay, and I think we'll probably get something on Facebook or the website for all the districts on what their toy drives are going to be. So that'll be something that we'll have to put out there out there for Toys for Tots, and how we're going to, what each community council is going to handle, if it's going to be a drive-up pickup or how they're going to do it. So, but that'll be on the Facebook page or the website. So, Miigwech. The next up I have on here is, I know we have no elders update, so on the program updates, I know the only one I've highlighted is the Indian Health Service. Is Maria going to be online?
She was going to be on about 9:45. Maria, are you on?
I am.
Maria, you have the floor. Miigwech.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Nice snowy morning. For my report, this week is probably the biggest highlight since the last month. I had provided a written report, but I appreciate being here. So we all know that we received the COVID-19 vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine, this week, and we did complete all our doses, and we were able to, we initially had 120 doses. That was, everything, coming down the pipe. So we did receive the 120 doses. We later found that there was enough, there was at least one more dose in each of the vials. So we didn't find that out until yesterday, but we were able to vaccinate 4 more individuals. And we are expecting Moderna coming, the vaccine coming next week. We don't know exactly when. We're just going to monitor it over the weekend. And we're going to be still continuing with the guidelines that are coming from CDC and ACIP in terms of prioritizing who gets the vaccine, healthcare workers, and those with high risky medical conditions. We had a number of staff and patients roll through with the vaccine, and they were ecstatic, especially our patients who we had recruited. So we will continue to do that. We're also working with the White Earth Tribal Health Program with Pat and Ed and everyone on messaging. We want to have the same message that goes out. We don't want to have IHS say one thing, Tribe say one thing, and it gets confusing. So we don't want to cause any confusion out there. So we do work with each other relatively on a daily basis. it's either me or my staff on a daily basis. We work on testing, test supplies, vaccinations. Now we'll be discussing how we can support each other in larger mass vaccination events. And they continue to test out of Nadawash. And that seems to be working very well. I'm working with Pat on Rice Lake and getting that stood up for a while, with the renovation and getting Rice Lake ready for services out there, hopefully in the spring. We continue to hire as many folks as we can. We have some open positions out there. Our employee testing is today. The tribe is here on site for employee testing on the antibodies, so we appreciate that. We have that scheduled every 2 weeks, and that seems to be a popular service, so we really appreciate the tribe being here. We continue to operate under modified stage 4 operations, and modified means that, you know, even though we're seeing between 25 to 75 patients a day, and it has slowed down the last few weeks, we're still able to provide a number of services, and we're not at the point where our resources have to be diverted to just respiratory. So respiratory meaning you might have the flu, you might have COVID, or you might have, you know, the kids might have RSV. So we're pretty good staffing wise and resource wise, so we don't have to be in the position that we were in the beginning of this pandemic. We, you know, where we had to shut down everything and only see emergencies. So we are able to see folks either through telehealth or we bring them in. Telehealth is increasing and it's preferred over face-to-face, and that's because we want our well patients to stay well, and I believe it's doing pretty, it's going over really well with our patients. And if they want to come in, you know, we'll try and get them in. But our plan is to try and keep them safe, and to come in, if they come in for a lab, it's a limited visit, so they're not exposed. We are pre-planning our visits for telehealth, and just encouraging our patients to, you know, to stay home. We continue to test every day. Our ortho services started on Thursday, and so remember that service was suspended because of COVID, but we're bringing that back. So orthopedics services are now back once a week, and they're here on Thursdays. OBGYN services resumed also this week, and they're here every other Monday. The pharmacy remains as such. You know, the main pharmacy and refill pickup window are open 8 to 4:30. All patients need to check in at the pharmacy registration window before picking up medication. And we, because of the volume, we're asking folks to refill their medications a couple days ahead of time in advance, just so we can get it ready. The volume is quite large. Dental continues to see emergent and urgent needs only. Optometry is seeing emergent and urgent needs only. Therapy is moving, or has moved, to seeing post-operative patients and emergency cases in-house. Audiology, same, will be meeting urgent needs. And CT and MRI services will resume in January. So we have that set up in the back of the clinic for patients to come in for CT and MRI, so we don't have to send them out to Detroit Lakes or other places. That's my report so far. We have, well, just for operations, as far as our situation update in terms of the number of positives, White Earth Service Unit is, as of yesterday, we had 312 positive cumulative, and our 7-day positivity rate is about 8.5% for White Earth. We want it to go down, of course, and it has these last few weeks, but I am being very cautious because of the holidays. You have 2 holidays back to back, 1 week apart. And so I just encourage everyone to continue to wear their mask and stay home as much as they can and to just keep themselves and their families safe. Any questions?
Well, I want to say me good for the hard work that our service union is doing over there. I know we had a really good day the other day when Admiral Wiki came over and seen us, and it was very positive, and it was a good outlook for our nation, and also the service unit that provides a lot of our health services for us. Is like there's actually a light, there's something that's bright, that's shining, that's going to kind of hopefully we'll turn a corner and get everyone vaccinated here real soon. So be good, Maria.
All right, thank you very much. If you need anything, feel free to call me.
Okay. Yep, be good. You go
All
ahead.
right, thank you.
Yep, be
All
good.
right, bye-bye.
All right, next up is the community council updates. The 2 that I have on here is the Waban Community Council, and is there somebody from Waban online? Waban? Okay, how about Urban? Was Charlie gonna call it? Or
Yep,
Dawn or
The
something?
numbers were sent to them.
Okay. Hello, Urban Community Council. Oh, maybe not, eh? Well, if they call them, we'll get them in, so. What we have next up is, there's no old business. I know there's some new business, and we'll start from there. The White Boxing Club. We have a request from the White Boxing Club pertaining to, Lori, what's this pertain to?
This is a request from the youth funds to go to $10,000 request to the boxing club because our youth are having a hard time during COVID right now, and it gets them out and active in the gym, gives them something to do. In addition to that, there's a recommendation letter attached from Nina Briggs, from the Ojibwe language culture teacher in Noman.
I know I heard even Governor Walsh was talking about fitness and youth, and I know that was one thing that. I'm on mute, I guess.
Hello, Ray? Or Kathy? We could hear the back noise.
I'll just turn it off. Turn it on.
Somebody has us live and then their volume up, so. But all right, so we have a request from the boxing club requesting for $10,000 for to keep our youth busy and to keep them, make sure the physical fitness and
Cleaning supplies.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this comes out of COVID, if this is like. From the youth and elder fund. But it comes out, I know we have money in our youth and elder fund, so. Motion by Alan, you have any discussion on it?
I would just like it opened up to all the whole reservation then, because right now he's saying he's working with the Monoman High School. What about our other children in the other the other schools?
He takes in whoever comes up. He announced it that it's open for whoever.
That was my only concern, but otherwise I'm all for it.
Yeah.
We'll do this first, I'll get back.
Kathy, need a motion on the phone?
Oh, motion, motion by Kathy, or did you motion, Al?
Yeah.
Okay, Alan motioned to Kat, so you can second it, is that fine?
Second.
Second by Kathy, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, be good. Now, is there somebody from the community councils from Waban or urban area on the phone?
This is Sonia from Waban Community Council.
Okay, Tanya, you have the floor.
We had our Halloween event. On Halloween, we got 200 bags from the EOC that we put together, and we just had everyone drive up. It was very successful. We were out of our bags in less than an hour. For the Thanksgiving gift cards, we distributed 68 gift cards, 54 to enrolled members, 14 to others in need in our community. And we will be doing our Toys for Tots on this Saturday, the 19th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Boys and Girls Club. We will also have 75 turkeys for the first 75 families that come. It'll be one family at a time, social distancing, and wear a mask.
Tanya, where's that gonna be located? At the right downtown of Waban? Is that where that's at?
The Boys and Girls Club is on Dutch Street in Waban. It's like behind the grain elevators.
Okay, good, thank you.
Over by the apartment.
So everyone from Waban or in that area, you can pick up your goodies on Saturday between 1 and 3. So
10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Is that for enrolled members or is it for everyone? And I think we gotta get that clarified if it's, you know, we need to know.
We have 105 that signed up for Toys for Tots.
Well, I think Maria needs to know, like, if, like, the gift cards, were them from us? Did, you know, are them labeled only for enrolled members? I know Mia has a question on that, and I think us as tribal council need to figure that out because, it's confusing, I guess.
The gift cards for Thanksgiving, there were 54 of them for enrolled members. And the 14 that we had families in need that reached out were from, didn't come out of the same thing.
thank you, Tanya.
Okay.
Thank you for your update,
You're
Tanya.
welcome.
I appreciate it for your hard work and your community council, so thank you.
Thank you.
Is somebody from Urban on there?
Good morning, it's Shar. How
Good
is
morning,
everyone?
Sharon. Good morning.
Good morning. So Whitehorse Urban Community Council has been quite busy. We had a very successful food distribution on November 21st. Although people were disappointed that Ojibwe and tribal IDs couldn't make it down, they seem to have understood with the quarantine. And thank you for Wild Rice for coming down here. We had really good volunteers, thank goodness, because we had 200 food boxes and we ran out. So I ordered another 200 food boxes for our upcoming event on this Saturday. And thank you to Scott for coming through with funds for gift cards. And thank you, Annie and Lori, for making it down and helping out. Our next event is this Saturday for Christmas. We are doing a food distribution with 200 boxes, which were delivered on Wednesday. And with the 25,000 CARES Act assistance, we are also accepting applications for utility and rent assistance of up to $150. If they don't need that, we are giving out $50 Cub Food gift cards. We also purchased bus cards for some of our unsheltered here in the metro area. And we will be handing out packs of K95 masks for sure, and hopefully hand sanitizers. This year has been incredibly stressful for everyone, but we are trying our best to help out as many members as we can. And also, I have been helping with urban members with resources and needs. And I've gotten maybe 20 to 30 calls a day. And some of those referrals have been coming from the urban office, who I think could have taken care of the resources. Because I have a full-time job, it would be helpful if maybe urban office could step up. Now with the distribution on Saturday, we are hoping to help 95 members with the back utilities and back rent applications. So So my question to our RBC Council, if we get more applications than we have money for, is there a chance that I could write a request asking for more money to help out the ones that we couldn't help out with?
Well, I guess with that question is something that's, I know if we're using CARES Act money, that has to be, we can't go over that December 30th, that, that's the date where, after that, then we can't use that fund no more, so. And that's what we've been primarily using, for the whole year is our CARES Act money, and I know that, we kind of talked to EOC today about that too, about funding them for next year, and I know that our urban people, I know it's something that I think Al and the finance people have to figure out what we can allocate and what, how we can try to make this happen, so. Be good.
For those,
Rich,
so
so what we are going to do is to take the names and, excuse me, the applications that if we go over the 95 members that we were allocating the budget for, then could I put a request in for extra funding? I know I had talked to Alan on Wednesday about this, and he said to bring it up today.
Yeah, I mean, council, we as council, we probably have no problem with that, and I think we're all in agreement of that, helping all our family members in the urban area. So, I mean, if you're gonna go over by 10, 15, 20, 30 people, I mean, just get us a number and we could probably help them out, so not to worry about it.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, thank you.
Big Rich, thanks for all your help.
Yeah, thank you, Shar. Okay, guys, you guys wanna take a break or you guys wanna keep going?
All through.
Huh?
You got a meeting already?
Oh, do we? Okay. All right, we're moving forward, I guess, so, next up is, I know on the new business, we had amended, operating agreement. Okay, that was something that we're gonna talk about in executive. What about COVID? Anything that we talked about?
That's what I forgot to bring that up on Scout, and that's why I asked Lenny on that, the application there. I think,
Application deadline. Remember there, since we've done 2, possibly 3 rounds now of applications for the COVID assistance under the CARES Act. And there were deadlines for that application, and there's been some that missed that deadline. And so,
I think we should just keep it running, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
just like
but
Tuesday,
the recommendation would be to amend that so that there's one deadline for all rounds, and that deadline is 2.
That's been hopping around like that.
Yeah.
What I mean, like I said, we don't wanna leave no one.
There's like
out.
250 people.
Yeah. So if we do the one deadline and next Tuesday, December 21st, is it?
21st,
Yeah.
Tuesday.
So then there would.
But we'll make the announcement on Tuesday then, or today?
No, make the announcement today, but the RBC has to vote on it, I think.
Yeah, we gotta make.
Say that the previous deadlines are no
Yeah, 'cause I still
longer.
get requests from people, messengers telling me that they just got out of jail or whatever. Motion by Annie, second by Alan for the remove the deadline for the CARES Act distribution. We had 2 of them, possibly a third one on Tuesday coming up. Will be on the December 21st.
Yeah, one deadline.
One deadline, yeah. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Aye.
Good.
That'd be the 22nd.
22nd.
The 22nd, guys. All right, what else on here now? Signature request next, I think. All right, first,
Mr. Chairman, we did, under new business, we did want to discuss the amended operating agreement.
Oh, you want to talk about it?
Okay. This has been an ongoing project, probably going back to like 2017, to amend this operating agreement. And so we're glad to finally present it to the RBC today. There's some pretty significant changes to the operating agreement from when it was first adopted by the RBC in 2010. These amendments comply with the LLC code. I know Secretary Treasurer yesterday asked me to put something in writing. I don't have that today, but I will include it in writing for the record, and it will be part of the RBC record going forward, that these amendments comply with Whiter's LLC codes. The biggest change for purposes of the RBC today are found in the provisions regarding the board of directors. And this is the Mississippi Pillager LLC, and it's currently doing business as White Earth Enterprises. So when we talk about White Earth Enterprises, we're talking about this LLC. And it's in section 6. Or I'm sorry about that. No, it's not.
Page 5, the rights and duties of the board. 5.
You're right, page 5, rights and duties of the board. You can see in 7.2, the initial number of the board members shall be 5. The number may be changed from time to time by the affirmative vote of the owner. RBC is owner under the LLC code, but in no instance shall there be less than 3 board members. B, the members of the board shall be selected through an application process that is open to any qualifying individual as noted below. The selection of board members shall be by interview after advertising for board members for 30 days. The board shall have at least 3 tribal members and at least 2 business experts. The business experts may also be tribal members. Board members need not be residents of the reservation, but must be at least 25 years of age, possess a high school diploma or a GED, and have no felony convictions. A majority of board members shall be enrolled members of the tribe, provided, however, that this requirement shall not apply if a vacancy occurs resulting in the majority of board members not being enrolled members of the tribe, so long as such vacancy is filled by a tribal member within a timely manner. Board members who are not members of the tribe shall have substantial business, financial, or industry experience. The term of office for each board member shall be staggered. 3 board members shall serve an initial term for 3 years. 2 board members shall serve for an initial term of 2 years. A normal term of office will be 3 years. The length of terms of the initial members of the board shall be determined by law at the first meeting of the board. After the initial terms of each board member, the term for each board member shall be for 3 years, and each board member shall hold office until his or her successor has been appointed and seated. Board members may be reappointed by the board for ongoing successive terms. So the purpose of these amendments is to establish the White Earth Enterprises Board as a separate board from the RBC and as an ongoing self-appointing board that reports to the RBC as owner. There are provisions within the operating agreement in Article 9 that deal with that communication and meetings between enterprises and RBC as owner. But it helps establish that separation of powers, but it also has safeguards in there for how the board's going to appoint itself, and then how what parameters are allowed to ensure that the entity remains under the control of a majority of tribal members. And then there's an open application process as well. And yesterday's enterprise board, the interim board that the RBC approved, I think back in September or October, that board approved these amendments and with a recommendation that the RBC adopt these amendments so that the application process can get started and the permanent board can come into place.
My question is, who will be doing these selections then? Will it be us as the owners or?
For the first board, yes, it'll be the owners that will be doing the initial selections. And then on an ongoing basis after that, the board that's there will be doing those when the terms expire.
How long is the agreement? Is this annually?
No, the agreement is perpetual.
So they can make changes as they go and all that?
The RBC is the only one that can make changes to the operating agreement.
But they can recommend changes to us.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay, so we select first, but they'll do the, application process each time then?
Every,
And they said-
yeah, after the 3-year term is up. Yep.
Good. I mean, it's gonna move, it's gonna, this probably is not in stone, so I'm just saying that,
Well, we gotta
Let-
get this
let them-
going.
yeah, but we have to, like you said, this is gonna kind of move a little bit, but I think that this is a good start for us as the enterprises board to start to create it, because we need this board going, so.
And I think to keep in mind that this Mississippi Pillager LLC has been in place since 2010.
Yeah,
And from the records that we've searched, we think this is the first time that the RBC will actually be amending the operating agreement.
yeah.
So it hasn't been updated since 2010, so it's time to do it. And then it's a living document, like you're
Yep,
saying,
yep.
Chairman, that will continue to, as operations continue, make sure that it's reflecting the needs of White Earth.
So this is kind of gonna be like, now how's that gonna work then? Let's say they're incredibly successful, which I'm seeing they're gonna be. Are we gonna eventually have to sit down with develop a revenue allocation plan, kind of like?
It'll be like gaming, it'll be just like
Yeah, that's what I'm
gaming.
saying, yeah.
It'll be just like
gaming then?
There is, within, there's a distribution plan.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, in Article 11 on page 12.
There'll be their CFO comes, like Nick does with us,
Yeah, that's.
and gives us that financial
Yeah.
report on what their bank accounts look like and what they're gonna slide over, just like what gaming does.
That's
for-
exactly what I
Exact same
was
thing,
Yeah.
exact
asking.
same.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah,
If you see Schedule A at the very end on page 19, has the White Earth Band of Chippewa is the sole 100% owner in interest.
Yeah.
And so of that has like the $100 investment, 100% ownership, and then all the units or what might be considered stock.
Basically just like gaming.
Yep. They'll do a report for us, and then, they'll be at these monthly meetings, or every quarterly, giving us a report on what they're doing over there.
Yeah.
Okay, motion to approve the
Any other
amended, any questions, discussion, guys, on this?
Motion.
All right, motion to amend, amend the operating agreement with the Mississippi Pillager LLC. Motion by Kathy Goodwin, second. Second by Alan, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Be good. All right, next up I have is Scott Almond. This is finance. This one is for lending of the system.
This is a contract to complete that, the software transfer that they're doing for GP between payroll and HR.
Motion by Alan, second. Second by Annie, all in favor?
What?
Motion carries. Next one is Heidi Mertens Finance. This one is a continuation.
This is a $18,800 in ISEP contingency funds for COLA.
Motion by Alan, second.
Second.
Second by Annie, all in favor?
All right.
Motion carries. Next is Gloria Goodwin, Luffinier, I'm sorry. Human Services Annual Report to,
It's the annual voc rehab report to the Department of Education's requirement for continued funding.
motion by Annie, second.
Second.
Second by Alan, all in favor?
What?
Motion carries. Next up is Sandra St. Clair, the Workforce Center. This one is for lending of the system.
Yeah, this is the 2021 MFIP and DWP contract. It's for $753,000 for those employment services.
Motion out there, guys. Motion by Annie, second.
Second.
Second by Raymond, all in favor? Motion carries. Next up is Heather Hamlin. This is for land. This is a resolution. This one is for for the
CSOs.
yeah, the CSOs, yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Motion by Alan, second.
Second.
This is for square footage up at one of our buildings. So, all right, second by Eddie. All in favor? Motion carries. Next up is Wilbur Mint Natural Resources, permission to apply for a 2021 BIA Fish and Hatchery Maintenance Funding.
Mr. Chairman, this is for a grant application for $125,000 in funding. We'll move forward with this one today, but importantly, this is part of what we talked about last week with regard to, because they're planning on coming forward with multiple resolutions under this application. And so we just talked to the directors, Lori and I just talked to the directors about this on Wednesday. And so moving forward, we're going to get to that point where these types of things aren't coming forth with the resolution. We have one resolution authorizing the entire process.
Okay, this is like refunding or
Yeah.
okay. Motion by Alan, second.
Yeah.
Second by Cheryl. All in favor? Motion carries. Be good. Next up is Chris Manny, mental health. This one is for.
This is a DHS Adult Mental Health Initiative grant for 2021 and 2022. It's a 2-year grant for $445,000.
Motion.
Motion by Kathy, second.
Second.
Second by Annie. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Be good. Next one is Chris Manny, mental health. This one is for a.
This is an amendment to the mental health contract with DHS currently. It's for an additional $50,000 for professional training for mental health staff.
Yeah.
Motion by Alan, second.
Second.
Second by Annie. All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries.
Aye.
Thank you. Next is Lenny, this shooting star agreement for the train.
Did you get the childcare licenses
No, I
from
didn't.
Kim Lagu?
Kim?
I didn't get this one.
She must have missed one.
They might,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's Wobbin area. It's for Jennifer Severson, and then there's a Melissa Zima variants. Both of them are Wobbin area.
That's District 2.
Yeah.
Kathy, you approve this one?
Motion.
Motion by
And these are
Kathy.
the additions that we brought in.
All right, second by Alan. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion
Aye.
carries. Now, are these more childcare ones?
No.
Nope, those are the additions.
We had 3 additions that we hand carried in this morning.
So I gotta go over these ones then?
Yep. The first one is the shooting star agreement with Training US. This was approved in the special RBC finance session yesterday for the coolers and the HVAC system. But there's a limited waiver of sovereign immunity in the letter of intent, and so there's a resolution that approves that limited waiver and also has language in here approving the utilization of CARES Act money where applicable.
Motion by Alan, second.
Second.
Second by Annie.
There's 3 that are all stapled together as one, just so you know.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
The next one is Clinton Alexander for behavioral health, and this is a contract with a medical doctor who provides clinical services to the MEDS program down in the urban area. It's a renewal for 1 year.
Motion on this one? Motion by Alan, second.
Second.
Second by Annie. All in favor?
All right.
Motion carries.
All right, then the last one is the COVID vaccine provider agreement with CDC and MDH. Mr. Chairman, I think this is one that you might have had to sign yesterday due to time.
Yeah, I might have signed it on.
Time frame, but we still need
Motion by Alan, second. Second by Annie?
Second.
Oh, by Annie, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, and that does it for the signature. I would just like to add, just for purposes of the record, we did look at Brian Goodwin's contract that was tabled last week. Legal did review it. We have a couple of changes. We'll be working with economic development on that, and we will have it up for RBC approval at the next meeting.
Okay, good. All right, guys, I want to say miigwech everyone for being with us this morning. So I want to say stay safe. Have a Merry Christmas. We will be back here on Tuesday at 9 a.m. So stay safe. We'll hopefully have some really good news for everyone. So miigwech. We're going to go into executive session. Igwabamin. The good.
I think there's a signature for you, Ann.